Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and today we're going to work on Hawkman. Hawkman number 1. Actually, I've been working on it for a couple of days, and it's just that today is when I'm going to do the actual, is when I'm going to show what I have worked on. There are some parts that I don't have because, well, I explain it in the video. My camera was full and quit on me. So I had to go in and delete everything. Make sure that I downloaded what I saved and then delete everything else. So I lost some footage that way. It happens. What can you do? But we're going to go ahead and take a look at that, and we're going to do it right after this. Okay, I'm going to start working on this Hawkman cover. Now, it has Tengujo paper on the inside, and I kind of want to take that off. So what I'm going to do is I have it on my piece of Mylar, and I'm going to spray it down. I have a bottle of betaine and calcium hydroxide, and I'm going to spray it down with that. I didn't humidify it first. I'm just going to spray it down, and we'll see if we can get the Tengujo paper off. And if I can't, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll try to get the stains out though. So let's go ahead and start spraying it down. Get it nice and soaked. I don't want this damp. I want it soaked. And you can see the bubbles from the betaine. Let's put another piece over it. And this is the way I've been doing Silver Age. Most of them turn out pretty good. I've had one or two problems, but most of them turn out pretty good. And the reason I'm soaking it down so much is I kind of want it to be as if I was just treating this as if it was going in a bath, and pretty much it is. Let me lift that again. I'm not going to add more. I'm going to see if the Tengujo is going to start coming loose now that it's wet, and it appears to be. Oh yeah, no problem at all. It's peeling right off of there. A couple of pieces that came with it, but I'm not worried about it. Alright, I'm going to let that soak for a little bit, then I'll be back. Alright, I had some trouble with my computer that's hooked up to this camera. I suspect that that computer is about to die. So it's an older HP laptop that the screen doesn't work anymore. So I'm about ready to give up on it and buy a smaller desktop that I can just use for this, or maybe a used one. Like, all I do with this computer is take pictures. So it's not like I go on the internet or not anything. And since the last update from HP and from Microsoft, it is so slow it barely runs. So there's that. And I told it not to update, but it doesn't pay attention to me. It doesn't care. It does what it wants. So I went ahead and I used my Mylar method with some betaine and calcium hydroxide, and I left the Mylar on there for about between 5 and 10 minutes. Then I squeegeed off while it was still up above the Mylar, pulled it off, the Mylar and went ahead and did a little bit of fill with my, yeah, it's some pulp that I had laying around, so I went ahead and used it, and I don't think it's going to be too far off. Did a little bit in the corner here, a little bit up here, a little bit on here. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my press, in my cold press, and we'll see how it turns out. And I did put some methyl cellulose on it before I did the leaf cast, so like I said, we'll see how it turns out. I might end up having to get it damp and leaf cast again. Yeah, like I said, we'll see how it turns out. Alright, this is annoying. I did a whole thing about taking this out of my press, and it was in between some blotter paper, and then I talked about how I did the leaf casting and what was going on with it, and I very carefully removed the leaf casting from the sheets I had it on. Talked about how the black was a little faded. I wasn't too worried about that. That's on the inside. The cover lost a tiny bit of cover color, but not that much. Leaf casting turned out pretty good, and then I trimmed it live, and my camera was full and shut down on me and did not save the part that I had filmed. So I lost all of that footage. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and steam it. I'm going to steam the seam or the spine, and then I'm going to wrap it around the interior. I haven't taken the staples out of the interior yet, but I'm going to wrap it around the interior, make sure it'll fit. I will press it like that. Then once that's, I'll leave that, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it back together. I'll take the staples out of the interior and we'll put it back together. I am going to have to use a little bit of glue up here. Yeah, we got a little bit of, yeah, it didn't hold as good as it should have. I'm going to go with, you know what, I'm going to put a little bit of Tingujo up here, because it's got a split here that I want to seal. So I'm going to put a little Tingujo over here that'll hold all of that together, but I'll also put a little bit of glue here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a sheet or a note from Professor Pete, and I'm going to mix some nori paste with some methyl cellulose and slide it up in there, and then press that down, and hopefully it'll hold. I don't need to get it wet to do that. But overall, I'm not unhappy with the way this turned out. And yeah. We'll see you when it's done. So what have I got here? I went ahead and steamed the spine, and it didn't work quite as well as I wanted it to. But that's okay. It did fold over pretty nicely. And I put a piece of silicone release paper in between so it wouldn't stick. So I might have to redo that because it's not where I want it. I wanted it here, and I guess when I folded it over I accidentally moved it a little bit. But we can get that fixed. I'll have to re-steam it and do it again. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to re-steam this and do it again and get it right this time. Because as you can see, it's not quite right. A little bit off. And maybe I won't have to. Yeah. Maybe I won't have to. Now, the next step, of course, will be to flatten the whole thing out. Take the staples out here and make some holes to put them in, and then reinsert the staples. I'm going to do that off camera because it's kind of close work for me, and I don't think this is what you want to see. But that's what you'd end up seeing. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'll show you the final results. I might have to clean this up just a little bit. An eraser will do that just fine. I don't have to get it wet. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and I'll show you the results. All right, I've got it all together. I haven't decided if I want to do one final press while it's together or not, or just leave it like it is. I'm kind of tempted to leave it like it is. It's not looking too bad. Let's go ahead and check it out. We've got the cover is attached, and of course we have all the pages. Pages are really nice, as you can tell. And it is complete. It has every page it's supposed to have. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed with the way it came out. So I have two copies of Hawkman now, one that's conserved and one that is not. There are some tears here. I didn't worry about those. I just didn't want to mess with them. And there we go. Like I said, it's a little lighter on the inside. I lost a little of the black ink. It happens. Just tells me I need to be a little bit more careful when I'm doing my my Mylar clean. It's not quite perfect. I will probably have to press it so that it will stay like that. Yeah, there you go. Hawkman #1. That new interior. You know, it's got a married cover that's been conserved and a new interior that has not been touched. So overall, I think it came out pretty nice. Let's go back to me. So there you go. Hawkman #1. Conserved. Kind of. I took the cover from one, put it on the other, and it turned out pretty nice. I like the way it turned out. And as you can see, it does have a little gloss to it. So not much color loss on the outside of the cover. There is some color loss on the inside. That's because I ended up washing it twice. What can you do? You know, it's the way that's the way it goes. That's going to be it for this video. I know it's not a long one, but yeah, we don't need to do too many long ones. And next time, I'm going to work on one of these other two. I have them right up here. Oops. That's the leftover Hawkman pages. Those go in there. If you have a Hawkman #1 and you're like missing the first wrap or the second wrap, let me know. We can work something out. But I'm going to work on one of these two next, probably the battlefield action, before I get on to the two-fisted tails. So we'll see you next video. I'm going to I'll have something for Wednesday, not sure what yet. And of course, Wednesday evening, Coffee with Chaos. You don't want to miss it. We have fun. What's the 3 hours last week? Because me and Lost and Wallace ended up chatting about Dungeons and Dragons. So what can you do? Take care, everybody. See you Wednesday. Bye.